Chapter 5 of Teacup Reading and Fortune Telling by Tea Leaves. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Teacup Reading and Fortune Telling by Tea Leaves by a Highland Seer. Chapter 5. A collection of specimen cups with interpretations. The succeeding 10 figures are copied from actual teacups that have been at different times subjected to the proper ritual by various consultants and duly interpreted by seers. They are selected out of a larger number as being representative of many different classes of horoscope, and they should afford students practical instruction in what symbols to look for and how to discern them clearly as they turn the cup about and about in their hands. By reference to the interpretations provided upon the pages facing the illustrations, he will be able to ascertain the principles upon which to form a judgment of the cup generally, and this, once he has mastered the method, he will be able to supplement by consulting the alphabetical list of symbols and their significations in the previous chapter, and in this way will speedily attain proficiency in reading any teacup presented for his consideration. Interpretations and Illustrations. Interpretation. Figure 1. This is a fortunate horoscope. If the cup has been turned by a man, it shows that he will gain success, honor, and wealth in the profession of a naval officer. If by a woman, then her luck is bound up with that of a sailor or marine. The pistols on the sides show the profession of arms, and the naval gun in the bottom of the cup accompanied by a trident, the branch to which he belongs. The on one side and the tree on the other are two of the best signs of promotion, rewards, and prosperity. The house near the pistol, pointing towards the handle of the cup, indicates the acquisition of property, but as neither tree nor house are surrounded by dots, this will be a town, not a country residence. The repetition of the initial L may show the name of the admiral, ship, or battle in which the officer will win renown. The triangles confirm the other signs of good fortune. Figure 1. Principal symbols. 2 pistols on sides. A cannon in conjunction with a trident in center. A pear, a tree. On sides, a house. A pair of compasses near the rim. Several small triangles scattered about. Initial letters L, twice. N and V, twice. Interpretation. Figure 2. There is nothing very significant in this teacup. The wavy lines denote a troublesome journey leading to some small amount of luck in connection with a person or place whose name begins with the initial E. The hourglass near the rim, and the place from which the journey starts, denotes that it will be undertaken in order to avoid some imminent peril. The numeral 4, conjoined with the sign of a parcel, shows that one may be expected in that number of days. Figure 2. Principal symbols. Wavy lines. Initial E in conjunction with horseshoe. Hourglass near rim. Parcel in conjunction with numeral 4. Interpretation. Figure 3. This shows, by means of the crescent moon on the side, prosperity and fortune as the result of a journey denoted by the lines. The number of triangles in conjunction with the initial H indicates the name commences with that letter, and, being near the rim, at no great distance of time. The bird flying toward and near the handle, accompanied by a triangle and a long envelope, denotes good news from an official source. The flag gives warning of some danger from an enemy. Figure 3. Principal symbols. Crescent moon. Bird flying. Triangles. Flag. Initial A in conjunction with sign of letter in official envelope. Other initials, H and 2 L's. Interpretation, Figure 4. The consultant is about to journey eastward to some large building or institution, shown by the figure at the end of the straight line of dots. There is some confusion in his or her affairs caused by too much indulgence in pleasure and gaiety, denoted by the butterfly involved in obscure groups of tea leaves near the handle. The tree and the fleur de lis, or lily, in the bottom of the cup are, however, signs of eventual success, probably through the assistance of some person whose name begins with an N. Figure 4. Principal symbols. Large tree in bottom of cup. Fleur de lis, or lily. Butterfly on side approaching handle. Line of dots leading east to building. Initials N and C. Interpretation, Figure 5. A letter is approaching the consultant containing a considerable sum of money, and it is surrounded by dots. The future, shown by the bottom of the cup, is not clear, and betokens adversities. But the presence of the hammer there denotes triumph over these, a sign confirmed by the hat on the side. The consultant will be annoyed by somebody whose name begins with J, and assisted by one bearing the initial Y. Figure 5. Principal symbols. Hammer in center of bottom. A letter approaching the house, accompanied by dots, hat, initial Y and J, accompanied by small cross. Interpretation, Figure 6. A letter containing good news, shown by bird flying and the triangle, may be expected immediately. If from a lover, it shows that he is constant and prosperous, owing to the anchor on the side. The large tree on the side indicates happiness and prosperity. A letter will be received from someone whose initial is L. In the bottom of the cup there are signs of minor vexations, or delays in connection with someone whose name begins with C. Figure 6. Principal symbols. Large tree on side. Anchor on side. Bird flying high towards handle. Small cross in bottom. Letter sign close to handle. Triangle. Initial L with letter sign. Other initials C and H. Interpretation, Figure 7. The 2 horseshoes indicate a lucky journey to some large residence in a northeasterly direction, the tree surmounting, which denotes that happiness and fortune will be found there, and that, as it is surrounded by dots, it is situated in the country. The sitting hen in the bottom of the cup, surmounted by a triangle, to C, which properly the illustration must be turned round, is indicative of increased wealth by an unexpected legacy. A letter from someone whose name begins with T will contain a remittance of money, but it may not arrive for some little time. Figure 7. Principal symbols. Large horseshoe, edge of bottom in conjunction with smaller horseshoe. Line of dots leading E and E to large building surmounted by tree overlapping rim. Flowers, small triangles, initial T with letter and money signs. Interpretation, Figure 8. This teacup appears to give warning by the flag in conjunction with a rifle and the letter V that some friend of the consultant will be wounded in battle, and as there is a coffin in the bottom of the cup, that the wounds will be fatal. On the other side, however, a scepter, surrounded by signs of honor, seem to indicate that V will be recognized by his sovereign, and a decoration bestowed upon him for bravery in battle, shown by the initial K, accompanied by a letter sign, and by the astrological sign of Mars intervening between these and the scepter. Figure 8. Principal symbols. Coffin in bottom in conjunction with V. Flag in conjunction with rifle on side. Scepter on side. Large initial K with letter sign near scepter. Astrological sign of Mars between them. Initial V near flag and rifle. Interpretation, Figure 9. If the consultant be single, his cup will, by means of the hair on the side, tell him that he will speedily be married. The figure of a lady holding out an ivy leaf is a sign that his sweetheart will prove true and constant, and the heart in conjunction with the ring and the initial A still further points to marriage with the person whose name begins with that letter. The flower, triangle, and butterfly are all signs of prosperity, pleasure, and happiness. Figure 9. Principal symbols. Hare sitting on side. Butterfly near rim. Heart and ring. Large flower on edge of bottom. Figure of woman holding ivy leaf in bottom. Triangle. Initials A and small c with dots. Interpretation, Figure 10. This is typical of a cup being too often consulted by some people. It is almost void of meaning, the only symbols indicating a short journey, although the flower near the rim denotes good luck, and the fact that the bottom is clear that nothing very important is about to happen to the consultant. Figure 10. Principal symbols. Line of dots leading west-southwest to flower. 2 letters near rim. End of chapter 5. Recording by Julia Lenarden.